The Shadow and the Sun, A Tale of Two Brothers. In a remote valley nestled between jagged peaks, two brothers lived under the same roof but walked in different worlds. Malachi, the elder, was a man of cold calculation and bitter envy. Ethan, the younger, was a soul of such warmth that the villagers often said he carried the summer sun in his heart. Their parents, simple folk who valued character above all, never hid their pride in Ethan's kindness. This preference was not born of favoritism, but of response to Ethan's selflessness. To Malachi, however, every smile directed at his brother felt like a theft from his own inheritance. Please, before we continue, I would please like you to click the subscribe button and also tell your friends and family about me, Mr. Fate, because I post interesting stories here. Thank you, The Seeds of Malice. Malachi's resentment soon curdled into a dark obsession. He began to see Ethan not as a brother, but as an obstacle to be removed. He tried many ways to break Ethan's spirit. Sabotage. Malachi would secretly destroy Ethan's hard work in the fields, blaming it on pests or the weather. Slander. He whispered lies in the village, hoping to turn Ethan's friends against him. Physical harm. On several occasions, accidents occurred, a heavy beam falling in the barn, a spooked horse, all narrowly avoided by Ethan's quick reflexes. Through it all, Ethan remained steadfast. He never retaliated, choosing instead to believe his brother was simply going through a season of inner turmoil. The weight of a withered heart years passed, and Malachi's bitterness seemed to consume him from the inside out. He became gaunt, his eyes hollowed by the very hate he nursed. Eventually, a strange and terminal illness took hold of him. Doctors shook their heads. It was a malady that defied medicine, as if his body had simply decided it could no longer sustain the weight of his malice. As Malachi lay on his deathbed, the silence of the room was heavy. The parents, aged and weary, sat in the corner, their hearts breaking for the son they could never truly reach. The final confession. In his final hours, the fog of envy finally lifted, replaced by the terrifying clarity of the end. Malachi called for Ethan. When Ethan entered, his eyes wet with genuine grief, Malachi reached out a trembling, skeletal hand. "I spent my whole life trying to extinguish your light," Malachi rasped, his voice barely a whisper. "I hated you because you were everything I refused to be. Is there any mercy for a man who wanted you dead?" Ethan didn't hesitate. He took his brother's hand and knelt by the bedside. "There was never a day I didn't love you, Malachi," Ethan said softly. "The debt you think you owe is already forgiven. Rest now." The quiet end. A single tear tracked through the dust on Malachi's cheek. For the first time in his adult life, the tension left his shoulders. With a long, shuddering sigh, one that sounded more like relief than pain, the elder brother closed his eyes and passed away. He died not as the villain he had tried to be, but as a man who, at the very last moment, found the courage to step out of the shadows and into the light his brother had kept burning for him.